Now, I absolutely hate New Year's resolutions. The thought of people saying things such as New Year, New Me absolutely pisses me off because let's be honest, the majority of people who say New Year, New Me and who have these New Year's resolutions of trying to lose weight or achieving a certain outcome will more than likely fall off after about 1 to 2 months. And there's a bunch of reasons behind this. Firstly, the majority of people who have these New Year's resolutions try and change too much of their life too quickly. You know, it comes to New Year's and they say, okay, cool, that's it. No more sugar, no more drinking. I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week and I'm going to do a run every single day. That's like going from first gear to sixth gear in a car like that. First thing that's going to happen is you're not going to move. And the second thing that's going to happen is the engine will not like you. You're trying to do too much too quickly just for the fact that you've planned on having a new change. In order to avoid this drop off, what you need to do is you need to, instead of making massive, huge, unsustainable changes to your life, you just need to make smaller, more incremental changes to your life. I always say the following: do what you can, don't attempt what you can't. So instead of trying to go to the gym 5 times a week in the new year, just try and go 2 or 3 times and see how you do with that. And then once you start to become a little bit more consistent with going 2 or 3 times, then try and update it and upgrade it to about 4 or 5 times if you can. Instead of trying to cut out all the things that you know that you shouldn't eat too much of, but which you ultimately like the taste of, just try and reduce how much you eat instead of sacrificing them completely. Instead of trying to go for a run every single day, just try and work on improving your activity. So walk to the shops instead of driving, park further away from the place in which you're trying to get to, use stairs instead of lifts, etc, etc. These smaller, more manageable changes are going to be way easier to sustain than huge drastic changes, especially if you're waiting until the new year to actually do it. Secondly, and this is the big one, you need to really think as to why you're actually going to be starting this New Year's resolution. Are you starting it because you think it's the right thing to do because everyone's doing a New Year's resolution? Or are you starting it because you genuinely want to lose weight? You really need to think about this, because if it's the latter, then why aren't you starting now? If you really did want to lose weight and you want to do anything at all to change that about you because you currently don't feel confident or happy in your own skin, then why are you waiting till New Year's to start it? If you are waiting till New Year's to start it, there's a chance that deep down you probably aren't going to make it a priority. You're just waiting for something we like to call the fresh slate effect, which is basically just a cognitive bias that people try to adopt when they try and start something new. They try and start something new on a arbitrary new time period. For example, starting to go to the gym on a Monday because that's the start of the week, or starting a fitness journey in the new year because that's the start of the new year. If you are waiting for this time, then there's a chance that you might not be doing it for the right reasons. And if you're not doing it for the right reasons, you're going to lose motivation and drive to actually achieve these goals very quickly. So really take a step back and analyse exactly why you want to start this New Year's resolution and why you want to lose weight. Because if it's for the wrong reason, you're going to really struggle to keep at it any more than 1 or 2 months. If you're doing it because you genuinely don't want to feel as unhappy and as unconfident as what you are now, and achieving these goals is going to allow you to do something life-changing which you cannot currently do now, such as go on a night out and not worried about your picture getting taken, or wear a pair of clothes which you can't currently wear, then that bodes well for your success. And finally, the reason as to why a lot of people fall off track is because, let's be honest, January and February aren't the most exciting months. But then after February, going into March and sometimes even April, things start to get a little bit more exciting. Spring is upon us, which means that it starts to get a little bit lighter, a little bit warmer. Got over Christmas, which means that you'll probably have some more finances to, spend when you want to. So the January and February New Year, New Me resolution is kind of just because it's a little bit novel, it's a little bit new, and it also fills the time for the lack of anything happening during January and February. And then when things start happening, you start putting your fitness journey on the back burner. You need to really understand and really realise that it's going to take more than 2 months for you to drastically change your life. Granted, you will still notice results after 1 or 2 months, provided you're doing the right thing and provided you're doing it consistently, but it will take much longer to get life-changing results. And you need to make it a priority in order to start achieving this, rather than just making it a priority during January and February just because there's nothing else going on. Once you get to March and April time, when things start actually livening up a little bit, you still need to make it as much of a priority as what you did during January and February, because these are the things that are going to actually start getting you the results that you want and that are actually going to change your life forever, rather than you falling off track in April and then around July, August time when everyone's taking the tops off and you still feel absolutely minging in your body, and you start thinking, oh, I really need to do something about this year. I know I'm going to wait until New Year's, and then the cycle ensues. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure that you give it a like. If you've got any questions, comment below, because I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And if you want to catch the next one, make sure that you're either following my Instagram at k.p_health or subscribe to this YouTube channel. Peace.